Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to go ahead and talk about whiting rigs and how to make whiting rigs. Now, whiting rigs are really easy to make and they're a lot of fun too. And anyone can um, really do it. It's really enjoyable. And the way that I have come up with making whiting rings is actually pretty quick and easy, and anyone can do it. And the first thing I like to talk about though before we begin making our whiting rings is fluorocarbon. Um, Now, this is very expensive on the market. Fluorocarbon, any kind of fluorocarbon leader really is. For me, I purchased one for $15 at my local Walmart, and it works just great. This is 20-pound Berkely Vanish, and it worked great for making the whiting rigs that we're going to be using tonight when we go out. And there's two different types of hooks I like to use. I like to use circle hooks, but for tonight, we're going to use offset little J's here. And the reason why I like to use these with the whiting is because they have a very, very soft mouth. And sometimes the circle hooks, when they go in the corner, they'll tear the actual jaw away from the body sometimes. And I don't like to do that to the fish. So what I like to use is the hooks like this, because you can grab hold of the hook like this and take the whiting off. Just like that. If he's a little guy, let him go. If he's a keeper, throw him in your cooler. But this is how I like to rig them, and I like to use different beads. Now, my favorite beads to use are these ones here. Now, if you I don't know if you guys can really see how these beads are, but they are actually shiny, kind of a blue transparent, almost like a real high teal almost color, but they have a metallic look to them. And these are my favorite beads to use when targeting whiting on the beach. And for some reason, the whiting just seem to love these over more than the orange where I fish. I discovered over the years of using them is that these ones work best. And to be honest, we get these at Michael's. These are actually beads you can use to make necklaces and stuff with at Michael's, and they work just fine on the beach when you're targeting whiting and pompano, and they work great, especially in the water because they shine and they really bring them closer to your bait. But we have three different kinds set up today. I want to make through three different kinds of rigs just to show you guys how we do it. First, you're going to want to get yourself a piece of your fluorocarbon, and I like to start off with a piece that's about 24 inches long. You can go longer if you like, but it's really not necessary because you're going after little whitings. It's not like we're targeting, permit or tarpon or something like this. We're going after little whitings. And so what you'd like to do, what I'd like to do is bring my fluorocarbon, two pieces, my two ends, just together like this. You see? Just bring them together, just like that. And then I take my beads, whichever ones I'm gonna go with. In this case, for tonight, because we go night fishing for whitings tonight with fish bites, so we're gonna use my favorite beads tonight, which are the metallic turquoise blue ones, kind of almost a teal, and we just put them one on there like that, and then we put another one, and then all you do is pinch the two pieces, and let the beads fall. Once they fall down to the point here, you see where you've made a loop now. You see by putting your two ends together, and then you form a loop. You see the loop with the two beads there? Okay. And you hold on to your two beads like this and come out about, and you can come out between 6 to 9 inches. It's all preference. It's all a different preference. But me, I like to come out usually about 9 inches, just so it gets it away from the actual rig when it's in the waves, and it really does. For me, it works great. And all I do then is make two overhand knots. You put the loop through once and twice. Hold on to our two end pieces here. Hold on to our loop with the beads. See the beads? Like that. Okay? And you draw it tight. You cinch. Just like that. You can moisten if you want and just cinch down. Okay? Now, Just tighten it up there. Now you're going to say, well, that's silly because he had 2 beads in there now. On this loop, what we do next? How are we going to get the hook on there? Well, that's easy. I'll show you. Watch this. You see the loop? It's on my finger here. You see? It's on my finger. Okay. Watch. Pinch the loop. Get it nice and firm and tight. Make yourself a smaller loop. You take your hook. And this is why I like the long shanks, because this gives your fingers extra room to work, not just when taking the hook out of the fish, but when you're making rigs too. It's much easier, and you don't have to worry about poking yourself so much. And you just pinch the fluorocarbon down just to make not too. Don't use your pliers or anything because you might damage the fluorocarbon. But I like to cinch it down nice and tight like this. And you run it, the loop, through the eye of your hook. Sometimes he'll give you a little hard time, which it's just okay. Just take your time, and and feed it through the eye. It'll go. Sometimes it can be booger to get through, but eventually you will get it to go through. And sometimes, like I say, this is 20-pound fluorocarbon now too, and we're feeding it through a pretty small eye here. Now we could have fished a little lighter, but there's been a lot of blues fishing in our area where we're going to be going tonight, and just in case they're there again, I want to make sure we have enough poundage to get them. So once you pop your loop through, you see, take a few seconds sometime, but just be patient and you'll get it through. And then the next step is real easy. You take your loop over the hook, go over the entire hook, you see? Watch I do again to show you. See the loop? Go through eye, see? Then you take hook and cinch it over the eye like that. See? Now you have 2 beads on here that are going to do their own thing in the waves. They're going to make shine, which is what you want. Then, once your hook is on there, next thing you have to do, stretch out your leader. Make sure you get all the stretch out of it. You go on it. We'll take one end. It doesn't matter which end you use. It don't matter. And you just make yourself another little loop like this. And then you go 1. Oops, I lost it. Sorry. Sometimes even the fluorocarbon I have a hard time seeing. And you wrap the loop once, run it through one more time, and then you cinch. Just like that. See? Just like that. Now, that piece is done. There. Let me just moisten this. There we go. That's nice and tight. And you take your needle-nose pliers, or you can use scissors. You can use scissors to do this. You don't have to use just needle-nose pliers, but I use needle-nose pliers. You cut the tag off. Just like that. Now this is your loop for your sinker. You put your sinker on here. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. These are the actual sinkers I use. These are little 1 ounces bank sinkers, and I prefer 1 ounce, 1.5 usually. Even when the surf is high, I prefer using smaller sinkers. I can just feel the bite better. You run your loop over the eye. See here? You run your loop over the eye, and then your sinker is attached to your rig, and it won't come off. Now the hardest part here, the next part, it's not a hard part really, but it's the hardest part of making your whole rig basically, is you get yourself your little swivel. Now these are little 30-pound swivels you can get at Walmart. These are just little barrel swivels. And you go ahead and you can use any kind of knot you wish. Me, the uni knot's my favorite, so I stick with the uni. Make a loop, just like that. Go through once, twice, 3, 4, 5, and one more time. Okay, draw it down, moisten, and then you cinch. Now once you draw this tight here, you have a good little knot, see? And it's attached to a little swivel, very securely and good, nice and snug for tonight. And here you go. You have an inexpensive whiting rig you can use over and over and over again with good care. You take care of your rigs. Treat them like a friend. Keep them by you. Never let them down, and they're always at your side. See? That's why I always treat all my fishing gear like a friend. Even my rigs, I treat them all like a friend. You keep them by you. You never let them down, and they're always at your side when you need them. You see? Now, that's how we make our rigs for whitings. It's fairly simple. Everyone can do it, and it's a lot of fun too. You can use either number 4s. These are must-add. Long shank. We like the long shank. Or you can use number 2s. These are long shank again. And the fluorocarbon lead-in, which is here. And you can pick up little barrel swivels at your local Walmart. And the beads, you don't have to go with special beads. They're going to say in the market that these beads do this, these beads do that. Beads are beads. And we get these at my wife's craft store. And we buy them all the time there, and they work great. They work great. In fact, tonight we're going to show you guys how effective, because we're going to go night fishing tonight for whiting using only fish bites as bait. And I'm going to finish loading up all the equipment now, and we'll get going, you all, okay? So I'll be back in just a little short while, and we'll see you on the beach. And I hope you guys like this video. And tonight we're going to put these rigs to test, and I'm going to show you guys just how effective they are. And I'll leave it a link in the description down below to all this stuff you can get on Amazon too. It'll be all available on Amazon. And one thing I forgot to mention, y'all, is when you're done making your rings, is go ahead and store them in a little Ziploc bag, because this way it will keep them fresh, and you won't have to worry about any nicks or damage done to your rig. And then when you have that fish that you've been waiting all day to catch on the line, finally, you won't lose them. So we like to store all of our rigs in baggies, and it just keeps them nice and safe and dry from the salt water when we're not using them too, and we keep them in our bag. Okay, so we're going to get loaded up now, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video. This was just a little quick video to show you how to make whiting rigs. And I hope you stay tuned, y'all, because tonight we're going to head out do some whiting fishing with only fish bites. And we'll be back in the next video, okay? I hope you guys have a great week. Bye.